Hi all, welcome to Code with Prince. So in today's video, we are just going to see about the stack implementation. So stack is one concept which is among data structures. So it's very important to learn the stacks because that might be asked for the interview questions. And also you should know how to implement stack using any of the concepts that you know, like using C or using C++ or using JavaScript, because like real-time problems can be given and you may ask to solve using stacks in the interviews. So let's see what is stack and how to implement it. So stack is nothing but it's a data structure concept. So if you wanted to remember in one single word, so stack is nothing but last in first out. So LIFO, which means last in first out. So what is mean by last in first out means, so whichever has been inserted last, so that should come out first. So for example, I wanted to add some real-time examples for this. So consider the example of pile of books, pile of coins, and pile of plates. So for example, consider that you are having a shelf in your home and you're just keeping all the books in the rack. So whichever book you have kept at the last, so that book only you're gonna take out first. So that example that is a very good example for the stack. So today I'm just going to implement stack using JavaScript using array concept. So I'll tell you like how we will be doing. So before that, let us take some example and let us understand more about the concepts of stack. So consider that this is a bookshelf. Okay. So this is a bookshelf you have. So this is a bookcase. You can take bookcase or bookshelf. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to have 3 books. So book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. Okay, 4 books are there. So now your bookcase capacity. So this case capacity is bookcase capacity is considered it as 3. It can hold only 3 books. Okay, so consider each book has some weight of and height and breadth so that it holds only 3 capacity in it. So now if you see, as you've seen, now there will be a bookcase capacity. Okay, so imagine this as the stack. Okay, so this will be the stack. So bookcase is nothing but that is the stack. And also like imagine these are some of the books which you are going to put insert in like data. Book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4 are nothing but the datas, and the capacity of this bookcase is only 3. Okay, so now so if there are no elements in your stack, so basically here there are no books in your bookcase, so which means that there are no elements in the stack. So if there are no elements in the stack, we will be having a top variable with -1, which means that there is no books, so no elements in the stack. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so now I'm just going to try to insert one of my book into the bookcase. So I'm going to insert one data to the stack. So bookcase is nothing but that is a stack, and these all are the datas. Okay, imagine like that. So imagine this as the datas. Let me write it before. So imagine these all are the datas. Okay, so now I'm going to insert book number 1. Okay, so let me insert book number 1 into the shelf. Okay, so now here we will be having 1, which is the value 1, which is nothing but the book 1. So now if you see, the top value will become 0. Okay, so now what is next? And one more thing you wanted to know, before inserting the book into the shelf, you should know whether the book capacity is enough or not. Okay, you should have that condition before doing that. So now like if you see, remaining 2 capacities are there for the stack, like to hold the data. So now let me insert one more book, one more data into the stack. So if you see, I'm just putting 2. Okay, so now what will be this one? This is nothing but you can imagine it as top is equals to 1. So now like let me insert the other value as well. So let me add the book number 3. So if you see, now this top value will be 2. So if you notice, so now like 3 books are there in the bookcase, and now if you see, your bookcase is full, which means your stack is full. So now if I wanted to insert the new element 4 into this, so this won't be enough to hold the case because already your stack is filled with 3 books. So now you should remember one more thing. You should always check whether the stack is full or not before inserting the data. Before inserting the data into your stack, you should know whether the stack is full or not. If your stack is full, you cannot insert your data. Okay, so now how to remove the data? As I told you, like whichever element has gone last. So which element we have in which book we have inserted last? 3. So this should come out first. Okay, so we are just going to pop out this. So this function, like we call as removing. So removing the elements from the stack, which is like popping the stack elements out. And now if you see the topmost element, if you wanted to find out, so this is the topmost element of the stack, which is the latest element which got inserted. So now we have popped out. So now if you have free space, now if you want, you can insert this 4 into the stack. Okay, so now one more thing, even also if for consider now you're popping out this. Okay, so let me pop out this 2 as well out. Sorry, so let me pop out this 2. Okay, let me pop out this 2 out. So this 2 is being popped out. So now you consider now this 1 we are trying to pop out. Okay, I'm just removing the 1. If you see now, if you try to remove the element, there are no element in your stack because your stack is empty. So you also should know the other technical term over here. You should always check whether the stack is empty or not whenever if you wanted to find the topmost element or whenever you wanted to remove the element from the stack. So this is a very simple implementation or simple concept of stack. It's very easy to understand. And now if you see with this one, you could easily know this is index basing 0, 1, 2. I already discussed about the array concept. If you don't know about the array concept, please refer to the previous videos. So if you see here 0, 1, 2, which easily indicates that this is an array. If you see, since it is an index based storing, you can easily like implement this using array. Okay, so let's see how to implement stack using array. So here I have opened the code sandbox editor. So I'm just going to use this JavaScript editor to implement the stack. So now let me create a new stack variable, and the stack is nothing but, as I told, it's an array. Imagine, so you should just imagine this you should imagine this array to the stack. You might ask the question, then why this stack is needed? So why stack is needed? Like many of them might get this question. This is a simple array concept, right? Why are you doing it? But here is the point. You might have seen the stack uses in the many of the application, but you might not even know that that is a stack. If you wanted to give me, if you want one example, I might give you. So now let me go to the browser amazon.in. Okay, fine. So now this is the first. Consider this index is the first one. Okay, which consider this is being inserted to the stack. So now let me click on the mobiles. So if you see now this mobiles is being inserted to the stack. So now let me click on today's deals. Okay, it is also inserted to the stack. So if you see, the link will be removed from the stack. When I click on the back button, if you see, this link will be removed. If you see, this is index 1. Consider this, remove it again. It comes back. Even if you see this back button also, you can take an example of stack, because this is when you work on this routing concepts and all, you might know, but you might not even know that is using the stack concept. So these are real-time examples where you will be seeing the stack when you're developing the applications as well. So as of now, imagine that stack is nothing but an empty array. Okay, so now the other one which we need is stack capacity. So now here I'm just going to put the stack capacity as 3. Okay, so now as I told you, remember some of the technical terms as well. So let top equal to -1. So this top is -1 because there are no elements in the stack initially. So I'm just going to put top equal to -1. So now I'm just creating a simple arrow function. So constant. Okay, so add new element. So this is to add the new element to the stack. So since you have to add to the element to the array, so it's very simple. You can just put stack dot push off. So we are going to receive the value via here. So I'm just going to put stack dot push off value. Fine, simple. Like I have just created a simple arrow function, and I just receiving the value as a parameter. And if I put stack dot push off value, that is gonna push. Okay, let's see whether this works or not. Add new element of 1. I'm just adding 1 to the stack. So let me console.log of stack. Let's see how the stack looks like. So let me open this console for you. So if you see here, 1 is there in the stack. Correct? Here you have 1 in the stack. So now next thing. So before, as I told you that yes, my stack capacity is 3 only. So when I try to add, if you see, I'm just adding 2, I'm just adding 3 to the stack, I'm just adding 4 to the stack. If you notice, the stack capacity is 3 only, but this is adding to the stack. So for that reason, like you also have to maintain whether the stack is full or not. So I'm just creating a one more function, is stack full. Okay. And in that function, I'm just going to check if stack, there are 2 ways. Either you can depend on the top variable as well. Okay. So if top, you can also depend on the top variable. If you could notice over here, the top value will be 2. So when it reaches the capacity, it will be like it will be like -1 of the capacity. Okay. So you can do 2 ways. So if top equals to stack capacity -1, okay, which means that return true. Okay, this is just gonna return whether the stack is full or not. If this is the case, it will be full, else case just return false. Okay, simple. So now before adding, you should check a condition that if is stack full, then I'm just going to put console.log of stack is full. In the else case, if the stack is not full, then only I'm just going to add the new element to the stack. Okay. So now let me refresh this page. Okay. So if you see, as soon as you push the value, so you also have to increment the top value +1. So top plus, because the top value also should change as you increase the new element to the stack. Just if you could see -1 +1, 0 +1 +1. You should just increment as soon as you push the new element to the stack. So if you could see here now, like now it got stack is full. Okay, so now the elements in the stacks are 1, 2, and 3. So now this functionality is done. So now how to remove the element? So removing the element is also very simple. So I'm just going to add one more function, constant remove element equals to, this is empty arrow function. This is not gonna like return anything, or I'm not gonna pass any parameters. So just I'm going to put stack dot pop. Okay, so pop method will remove the last, because here we need to remove the last element. So simply we can just put stack dot pop. So that will remove the last element from the stack. So now let me put remove element of, I'm just calling this. So if you see, one element has been removed. So similarly, let me call this function again, remove element. If you see, that is going to remove the element. Again, let me call remove element, that's going to remove the element. But now, if you see, now if I call this remove element, so if you see, there is nothing in the stack, correct? Basically, there is nothing in the stack, but you're trying to call this pop method. So to do so, you have to check whether the stack is empty or not. So constant is stack empty equals to, and you have to just check if top equal to -1, which means that your stack is empty, then return true. Else what you have to do, return false. Okay, simple. So now before removing, you just need to check the stack empty. If the stack is empty, then just console.log of stack is empty. Okay, in the else case, just you can replace this code. Okay, stack.pop. Okay, fine. But before doing that, you also have to do one more thing. When you pop out, you have to just decrement the top value, because like the top value will be decreasing. So if you could see now, after removing the element, it is giving me stack is empty error message. Okay, so this is how you have to like add a new element to the stack, and also you have to like, okay, let me remove this so that you won't be able to see this error message. So now if you see, like I'm just trying to remove it. So if you see, it is working fine. So let me cut it again. So it is gonna show me stack is empty, because like the stack has only that much capacity. So it is just throwing there a stack is empty. So now how to find the topmost element? So let me comment this code as of now. So now let me console.log of topmost element. So I'm just going to put stack of just the top. So if you see, like, you can do it in two ways, because we are also having the top variable. So the top index will be giving you the topmost element, or else you can also depend on the stack length, stack.length -1, which also indicates the last element of the stack. Okay. So now if you see, the topmost element is nothing but it's the 3. If you could see here, it is displaying the top last element. It's a very simple implementation of stack. You can implement using array itself, using JavaScript. So I think this video would have been very, very useful to you. And like, I am just going to solve one question using the stack concept, and also I'm just going to put in the other video, like how to solve the real-time questions which is being asked in the interview using stack. So the interviewer might expect you also to find out like to solve it in the stack, because that's the simplest way of solving the questions. So I will just put that in the other video. So if you wanted to watch more videos, and if you wanted to solve the problems, and if you wanted to learn data structures with me, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification button, so you'll be getting the notification whenever the new videos is being uploaded to my channel. And if you wanted to see this code link, I'll just put this code in the description and the comment section. So please do check the code. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye. Let me see in the other video.